Hey y'all, got y'all over here by the stove with me. We are making a side dish, and I'm talking about a quick weeknight side dish to go with our quick weeknight enchiladas. Seriously, I made new potatoes with the canned new potatoes, and some of y'all said I made stew potatoes, or what some people call thickening potatoes. Y'all said I never would have thought of doing that from canned. Well, again, this is quick weeknight. It's like survival. You know, I was raised that you cook supper every night at the house, and so I've always done that with my kids and my husband. But sometimes we just don't have time to start from scratch, do we? I know. And I do have a homemade, from scratch, refried bean recipe that I'm going to share with y'all really soon. But tonight, to go with our enchiladas, we're just going to use canned pinto beans with bacon is the ones I get. I like that flavor. And only 2 more ingredients. Some lard. Yes, I said lard. You could use shortening if you feel any better, but lard's better than shortening these days. Heard Dr. Oz say shortening was just death in a can. Of course, I still use shortening occasionally. I still use some of that death in a can. And some of our pickled jalapenos that we did out of the garden last year, we're going to use that. That's it. 3 things: a can of pintos and lard, just a teaspoon of lard. I'm talking not much at all, and some of our pickled jalapenos. And listen, you say, well, I mean, why don't you just buy those refried beans in a can, right? I know. Well, I have for years, and one night I didn't have any, and so I said, well, I've got some pintos. Let me see if I can do something on the stove. And I did that, and John said, what did you do? Those are so good. And I said, actually, I started with some pinto beans instead of the refried beans in a can. And so he said, why don't you do that every time? So I did that to myself, but I'm telling you, it's just as fast as heating it up. The only thing I need to do is I need to drain the juice off of these pinto beans. And you do want to do that because you condense it down and you cook it in your skillet, and that juice is salty. And one night I did not do that, and I said, well, I'm just going to let it condense down. Well, they ended up really salty, condensing down with the juice, so I drain it every time. So I made that mistake, and y'all don't do the same thing, okay? Y'all don't make that mistake with me. And I don't get out a strainer, or I don't rinse them or anything like that. I've been opening the can, or I've been attempting to open this can. My can opener, he's on struggle bus this evening. There we go. Yeah, what I do is I just go over to the sink, and I've got it all open, so I just push the lid down, you know, and I let all of that drain out. So I'm going to run over here behind y'all at the sink, and I'll be back. Boo, I'm back. Okay, I'm going to get y'all down here. I've got my skillet. This is the skillet I just did that enchilada sauce in. Just heated it up. I rinsed it out good. I've got my fire going pretty good under there. I got this little potato masher, and it works perfect for this. If you don't have that, just use anything you have. Don't let that stop you, okay? And our lard, we're going to put a teaspoon of it. Like I say, you don't have to have much, so don't let that scare you, okay? I know y'all are shocked I'm not using bacon grease, but it does better with this. And one time I didn't have that, and I did use shortening, and it tasted good too. You just want a mild flavor. A mild flavor. And these little pintos will shine through, and these have a much more delicate, creamy, mild flavor than if you buy them refried, you know, that comes out shaped like the can. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We've eaten them many times, many times ourselves, but I just did this real quick one time, and we said, well, we'll never go back. So warning, you won't go back, but as you see, this is not any harder than that. I pushed really hard on that can, getting the juice out. And listen, you don't have to worry about squishing your beans, pushing and getting that juice out, because guess what? We're squishing them anyway, right? And if you don't have one of these, you certainly could just use a fork. Okay, you see that? I'm squishing away. I saw a big piece of bacon, and I left that down in there. That'll be a nice flavor for us. I'm already going to start squishing. These are so, and I know I've already said it, but they're so much more creamy and have a much more delicate, just a beautiful flavor. Okay guys, our jalapenos, you don't have to do this. John and I like things just a little spicy. You see, I'm just doing about 2, let's do 3 slices, why not? Just like that, and maybe just a little bit of that juice like that. And that does not make them hot at all, not to John and me, it really doesn't. But you could certainly leave those out. You don't have to do that, but we love that flavor it adds. And this is what I do. And I'm even squishing up those little pickled jalapenos. And I will link the pickled jalapenos. I'll link that video. I know I'm all time using them. Now y'all see why I pick them myself out of the garden, because I just be buying up jalapenos all the time in the store. But I will link that video in the description box on YouTube so y'all can see that. And I also, because this is a side to our enchiladas that are in the oven, I will link the enchilada video. Quick weeknight American Girl enchiladas. I will link that in the description box as well. Or you can find that video. It'll be somewhere just before or just after this video. Y'all see how quickly these came together? Didn't even let me tell a long drawn out story, did it? I know. You see that? You see how creamy they are? And y'all, you have refried beans just that fast. I know. I know it from a can, except they're way better than the pre-canned refried beans. And honestly, John and I like these better than any of the restaurants that we go to that we get the refried beans. And we love all the restaurants we go to that we eat at that are little Mexican restaurants. We love them all. But these are really, really good. That's it, y'all. There you have it. Refried beans that you will never go back to that in a can refried bean, okay? Although this is a can. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna leave y'all. I just wanted to show y'all that. It's so fast and easy. It's almost like I feel like I'm cheating that that's not really a video, but seriously, that's our side to go with the enchiladas. And you can do a little salad if you want to, but you don't have to. And John and I aren't. No, we're not. We're just going to eat enchiladas and refried beans and pile up on the couch and watch something good on the television. So, I'm fixing to get off here and get all this stuff cleaned up and get ready for him to get here. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye, guys.